My son broke his bully's nose. I have done almost everything I could do regarding this situation. I've contacted the parents. I've contacted the school. The parents basically blew me off and told me that it was a situation of kids being kids. The school pretended to care, but didn't do anything in their power to actually stop it. I have asked my son plenty of times if he wanted to switch schools. It was always a no because he doesn't want to leave his friend. I can understand that considering he's had a rough go ever since he started school. He's been diagnosed with both autism and ADHD, so it's really hard for him to make friends. The little prick has been doing this to him for years. But lately it has gotten much worse. He's been shoving my son in the hall's lunch line, causing him to fall many times, and calls him things like retard and slow. He used to pick him up by his backpack and toss him to the ground before he had a growth spurt, but now my boy is taller than most kids in his grade still. He didn't know how to stick up for himself. My wife always encouraged killing them with kindness, but it never worked in his favor. I have told him repeatedly for the past year that he needs to stand up for himself and fight back. Yesterday he came home crying, and it just broke my heart to see how much pain he was in. I wasn't mean to him, but I was very stern and told him that if he didn't fight back the next time I was going to take him out of that shui whether he liked it or not. Well, today I got a call from my wife after work and she told me what had happened. He was on his way to lunch and got shoved onto the ground, causing his knees to be a bit bruised. My son then got up and left hooked him right in the face, causing his nose to immediately bleed. My son said that the boy started to cry and he even kinda felt bad. His parents have contacted us. They're threatening to sue and told us that his nose had been broken. My wife is mad at me because I've been over the moon since. I don't condone violence, but in this situation something had to be done. Anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't seen the pain that little punk has caused for my son. If his parents didn't want it to come to this, then they should have taken it more seriously when I told them how much of a big asshole their kid is. I had my fair share of bullies as a kid and I never did anything about it. I'm glad that I'm raising a son that is much tougher than I was. I hope that this has taught him to never be afraid to stick up for himself.